Hi everyone, my name is Ali, and today I will be sharing with you the Next Generation Science Standard 5-PS3-1. All right, so this standard, what it is to use models to describe the energy in animals' food used for body repair, growth, motion, and to maintain body warmth was once energy from the sun. So, this is kind of a performance based standard. And ideally, I think that this standard would fit towards the end of your unit. So you would have already built a lot of that prior knowledge. And this would be at the end where students are really like claiming and naming their knowledge and sharing it. So this is the standard broken down from the NGSS website. I have this attached in my resource document, but if you just want to peruse it real quick for a reminder of how it kind of fits in, you can see here in the center the disciplinary core ideas. You can kind of see that this should sort of be something that's happened after they've learned about energy being released from food. Once it was energy from the sun, it was captured by plants, and so on. Organization for matter and energy flow in organisms. It really kind of comes towards the end of a unit. So, the timeline that I would use to teach a lesson of this standard is this. So, I see this going over 4 days. So, this would maybe be like a week long kind of like wrap up of this particular concept. Ideally, it would be taking place within like a contained classroom. So, it would maybe be like 40 minutes a day roughly. But on the first day, I would begin with an attention grabbing video. So I would show a crash course science video that really shows students how engaging a visual model can be. So in those videos, they have like really engaging speakers. I would probably use a video that honestly didn't even have anything to do with something they've previously learned in this unit, so that they can see like how informative a video can be and how different visuals are used to represent ideas, which is kind of the idea of modeling itself. Then we would have a class discussion about how we learn information through videos, visuals, etc. I would introduce the concept of what a model is, which goes back to that standard, because it's really about using models to describe what this standard is, that energy in animals' food was once energy from the sun. So you want them to have a really strong understanding of like what a model is and its purpose. So I would introduce that. Then I would distribute the worksheet and discuss with the whole class the basic expectation and timeline. And I'll show you the worksheet in just a second, which will kind of like make more sense of how it works in this standard. And then on day one, students would begin brainstorming in groups for their project that goes with this standard of creating their model. So little sneak peek. Basically, what I would have them do is creating a video. So they would be creating a engaging video to help people understand this process. This video would be serving as their model. And there's a lot of freedom within it that I'll get into, but that's kind of like so you understand what the next days are. But on day two, the students would work together to film their video. Day three, students would edit their video and submit the project. And then day four, we'd have kind of like a science little film festival, if you will, where we'd watch all the videos as a class. And then the students would be able to write a reflection in their science journals about their own model that they created with their group, and also things that they liked and noticed from their peers, because it's always good to reflect on your peers' work as well. So I'm not going to really show you this video just because it's not applicable to this particular standard so much information wise. I'll show you like a little thing about it though. So basically you can see there's Hank Green. He's really engaging. Throughout this video, he shows examples. No ad, please. He shows examples of things that are different models. He's showing a water molecule, things like that. Throughout the video, he uses different kind of like visual explanations. So really like the students would watch a video like this, and we would have a discussion about how models are used as a video form, how this video is really like what a model is. It's explaining your thinking, it's showing visually representing, and how you can use various images and examples within a video to explain a concept. So that would be sort of, oops.
Hello there.
Oh my gosh, Hank Green, stop talking. There we go. Okay. Um, but it would be a great way to kind of like get students engaged to creating a model that's engaging, specifically through a video, which aligns with how I'm teaching this standard. So, important vocab and prior knowledge for students. So, the vocab that would be introduced would be a model. So, a model is a representation of our mental models. So our mental models are like those thought processes that we're having, how we work everything out in our mind, that represent how systems work through some sort of visual platform. So, for this particular standard and the lesson that I'm choosing to share with you all, it would be a video. Then hopefully they have some sort of prior knowledge of energy, energy transfer, photosynthesis, food chain. Like I mentioned, hopefully this would be coming towards the end of a unit. So that should be something that they all have notes over, maybe like worksheets. They have prior experience engaging with that information. So this is where the whole project and teaching of the standard sort of comes together in this little worksheet that I've attached photos of. So the prompt is attention scientist. Kids around the world do not understand the relationship between the energy in animals' food and the energy from the sun. You need to create a video modeling the process of how energy from the sun makes it to animals' food and gives the animals energy. Get creative and educate the kids worldwide. So, the way that I have this prompt is to make it where it connects kids to like the reason we do science is to help provide evidence to help people understand the world around them. We really want to get them thinking like they are scientists because they are. And so kids would get put into small groups, maybe like four or five students, and their directions are to brainstorm and create a video that educates kids worldwide about the transfer of energy from the sun to animals' food. So they're using this background knowledge that they have from the unit, and they're creating a visual that addresses a specific concern. People don't know how this process works. It's allowing them to explain their learning and really take ownership of that. When they are teaching someone else, that means that they're confident enough to know the information. So hopefully it'll really help them like understand that concept and feel confident telling others. And I have a bunch of ideas from videos, kind of like ways to do it. So like you could do like a draw your lifestyle. That was like a really popular video a while ago where like you would do it on a whiteboard and it would be drawings that would get erased and then progress. A skit could be acted out by the kids. You could build like a physical model like out of clay or something like that during the video, create a song or a music video. Really, as I put in the end, the sky is the limit. So I thought it was kind of fun. I put check in with the mad scientist, who I would think would be like the teacher, because again, we want kids to be thinking like they are scientists, and approve your plan. So basically, I want it to be there's a lot of room for students to interpret how they want to do this. They have basic structure, they have some suggestions if they want that, but like how they are showing this information through the model is up to them, because I want it to be where they are really claiming the knowledge, like they're taking this knowledge that they know and they're learning and they are using it and directing that learning. So then there's a schedule in there for the students. And then I just included like some brainstorm space with if they wanted to list things out, but also blank space if they wanted to draw things, storyboard, something like that. The sky is the limit, like I said. So the materials and steps to do this would be for day one, you would need the worksheet, and this day is focused on brainstorming, collaboration, conversation. I imagine the teacher is walking around, asking questions, really urging students to think deeper about the concepts. Really just like it should be conversational, but student led. Then day two, they would need a video camera. Ideally, I'm thinking that a lot of schools do like one-to-one where they have like iPads or iPods, or the schools have those kind of things that like teachers could check out and rent for students to use. So that is what I'm thinking on that. They would need materials, manipulatives, props. So I would assume that as a teacher, you would have like some materials around the room that kids could use. You would have like things like whiteboards, paper, clay, things like that just around the classroom, maybe some figurines if you have those. Kids could also, since it's on the day two, if they planned out, they could bring stuff from home if they wanted to. And the focus is on creating that actual video with one another. Then day three, they would use like the school computers again to edit them just on a super easy software. I'm hoping in my mind, like maybe a librarian would have come in and given like a technology presentation prior to this. But then they're really just like putting the final touches on it. And then let me move myself so you can see day four. Day four is when you would watch them all. So like you have the projector, finished videos. I think it'd be really cute if you made like popcorn in the classroom and really made it like an immersive, like experience for the kids. Like, we're celebrating science. Science is something that can be creative. It's not just facts and memorization. Like, you are the scientist giving your presentations. We're going to sit back and watch. And then they would need their science journal and pencil to take notes and reflect. So the connection to the 6E model with this standard in this particular lesson is through all of the 6Es, obviously. So through engagement, students are getting engaged initially by watching that attention grabbing video and having conversations about how models can be helpful, how like using videos can help relay a scientific message to a large group of people, and how it's important to talk about science and how it relates to in the world. For exploration, students are using their exploration skills through the creation of their model videos. So this is totally student led. They're planning their videos, they're working with their teammates, they're like using their background knowledge and planning it all out and things like that. I really think it's a great way for them to take ownership of their learning. For explanation, students, in order to create this model in this video, have to know what they're talking about. They have to have deep conceptual understanding of the topic. They need to know how energy from the sun makes it all the way to animals' food and how that gives the animal energy. So that is where they have that explanation component. They are literally explaining to the kids of the world, as their prompt said, how this works. Elaboration, the teacher should be walking around during that planning day, engaging students, challenging them to think deeper, connecting to that engagement video, really emphasizing like, we are all scientists. Like, how are we going to educate others through the evidence that we have collected through the unit in class? Really just like pushing the kids to think deeper. How can they really explain? How can I be the most creative? I don't want this to be paper pencil, because no one remembers paper pencil forever. Like, this should be an experience that makes kids love science and like really think about it. Evaluation, the teacher could use the final product video as a formal assessment, and then that reflection could be that they write in their journals after watching the videos, would be like an informal assessment. And then the e-learning component is, of course, with permission of students and parents and things. Maybe if there was like a class YouTube page or even like a class website the parents have access to, they could post these videos after. If students were in an e-learning setting, I think that this could easily be adapted and just modified to be like an individual project rather than group, where kids would then create the videos on their own and would post them, kind of similar to how we do these videos, and they would respond on like a discussion kind of forum on something like Google Classroom or something like that. So I hope I was briefer. I don't know how long I've been talking, but I hope this makes sense for my standard. So just a wrap up reminder, the standard was to use models to describe the energy in animals' food, used for body repair, growth, motion, and to maintain body warmth was once energy from the sun. So I hope this is helpful. I'll have all of my supplemental documents and everything listed in the post. And thanks so much.